So let us consider this new perspective on our human existence. Our current perspective suggests that human beings are physical beings and can be controlled as such. And this is pretty much the problem that we have in the world today. This is why we have so many wars. This is why we have consumer-based economies where only a few people are rich and we still have billions of people suffering in massive poverty and starvation. So let's get rid of that. Let's consider instead the human intellect and its relationship with the human frame, something we've probably never considered before. Can it really be said that the mind is merely the product of a properly functioning brain? If you search the brain, you won't find the mind. Likewise, if you lose one of your sensory perceptions, if you become blind, you can still function as a human being. Or if you have your arms or your legs blown off in a war, you can still function as a human being. But should you lose your mind, you're pretty much useless. So this helps us prove the inherent superiority of the human intellect over the human frame. Consider how with our mind we are able to transcend the laws of nature. A lion may be the king of the jungle, but human beings fly through outer space and send spacecraft out of our solar system on the same tank of gas, mind you. I wouldn't mind getting one of those energy-efficient vehicles. By definition, the human mind is not physical. Can you see an idea? What color is it? Is it tall? Is it round in the middle? It's not physical. It does not share a physical quality. It's not composed of atoms or elements. Now, but the human mind finds its expression in the human race. The human race is something that exists so that the human intellect can express itself, its purpose, find its purpose. The human race is physical and, by definition, divisible. That's why we have so many human beings. By definition, therefore, the human intellect is not subject to division, is singular, and is one. So let me repeat. The human frame is the outward appearance, the outward manifestation of the powers of the human intellect, and the human intellect finds its expression in the human race. Therefore, the human intellect is the cause of our being. It is the light within the lamp. We not just simply, I think, therefore I am, but rather we think, therefore we are one. And because the human intellect is the cause of the being of the human race should reflect the organic unity of the human intellect. Now, I know this is a lot to digest at this point, but I'm still going to go forward. Let us consider how the human intellect finds its expression in the human frame. Once we accept this as the cause of our being, then certain universal truths become apparent. For example, because the intellect finds its expression in the human frame, the intellect would not express itself in an inferior form. Therefore, the assertion of superiority over others is against the laws of nature. It's against the laws of the human intellect. A created being wouldn't turn on itself. Prejudice is therefore unnatural and against the laws of science. How do you like that? White people. Men and women are now equal because gender is a physical characteristic and the human intellect is invisible to physical qualities. And again, the human intellect would not express itself in an inferior form. So whether you're male or female, black or white, born on one land mass or another, tall, good-looking. We can even raise this up even higher and say that all religions therefore come from the same source, because the Word of God is brought to the human intellect, to the mind of man and the hearts of men. Now, considering this new perspective, I want you to consider a few things, to ponder and meditate on. But I want you to take something familiar like the preamble to the United States Constitution. How about that? Won't get too drifty, touchy-feely, whatever. How does it begin? We the people of the United States. What's the next phrase? Nobody? Anybody? In order to form a more perfect union. Notice how they're reaching for this perfect intelligence here. Interesting. And I'm going to skip to the last one. It says, and obtain the blessings of liberty. Now, first of all, when it says, we the people of the United States, this is the election season. As I like to say, it's in full upchuck right now. We are the most divided, partisan, bitter, argumentative, pointless, troubled people on the earth, and we're the leaders of the free world, and we can't stop fighting with each other. We are not united. Now, I want us to ponder on how we can become truly united in order to form this perfect world, this perfect intelligence. Now, if you do a search on perfect intelligence in the restatement second of judgments, you will find a legal definition of perfect intelligence. And blessings of liberty in our Constitution, blessings, is that a legal term? Has any group ever sued because they didn't collect the blessings of liberty? Well, maybe black people, when they were slaves, they didn't have the blessings of liberty, and now they're not slaves. Now, when we speak of unity, there are groups within our country that are very united. These are people who have been victimized by oppression and mistreatment for many years. Like I say, these are the African slaves, the black people, the African Americans, still being victimized, still being mistreated and oppressed, united amongst themselves if they can be. Women is another group. And there's another group that can trace its family heritage back almost 5,000 years, that owes a loyalty to the ancient Israelite kingdom. They're called Jews. I think that's quite an accomplishment to be able to trace your lineage so many years back and to hold a loyalty for so many years to a divine kingdom and a loyalty to the book of God. God bless Israel. I'm not afraid to say it. Not ashamed to say it either. But these are groups within our country. Let's think about how we can all become united. We can't just become united because we're working together and there's, jobs for people and what have you, and enough people are making money or something like that. There needs to be more than this. So what I want to do, we're going to do a little meditation exercise on this preamble, but I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to put some music to it, so it's not too sort of imaginary, and it's comforting. And I'm going to show you a picture of some people who are truly united, people who have no prejudice, people who do not see color, who do not see race, religion, where you're born, wealth, nationality, patriotism. They are truly united across the world. Now, they don't see a nationality, but they see a supranationality of the entire world. They have a vision of our future society. So what I want you to do is realize that this preamble to the Constitution is in fact guidance of a sort. It's not very specific as to how to become united. So when I show you this picture of these people, I'm also going to show you the guidance that they have accepted that helps them to become united. Like I say, they don't see color, they don't see race. What they do see is people being the same, being different and the same, people who let their differences unite them, people who see themselves as waves of one ocean, leaves of one branch, and the flowers of one garden, of one beautiful human garden. And they are friends, and they are concerned for each other, and they are helpful to everybody across the world. So, sit back for a moment. Now just relax. The music is very comforting. It's not, you'll see what it is. I want you to listen to it and just ponder these things. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union and obtain the blessings of liberty,